So what you working on, Christopher?
Man, I like new parts. I am working on your fuse box or fuse panel. And that's going to have, I'm just going to have, I don't know what which relay I'm going to use for which yet, but we got a bank of 10 relays. Got a 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, 12. And then we've got...
That'd be 12 fusible circuits, right?
Yeah, right here on, just right here on this panel. And then everything is going to go out on these. I like it when it's nice and neat.
Of course.
That's going to be cool. I'll move these over so I got room to put the mounting bolts. I don't know if I'll need 4 of them. I think I'll just need, might just need 2 of them. So everything is going to be these are the outputs, and these are all the inputs, and then the signal.
So where's the rest of the harness come in at?
So this is going to get mounted on the firewall right behind the steering column. Steering column is going to be right here, and then the rest of the harness comes in right here. So it's got just a quick loop to go right outside the harness, or come right up to the dash gauges, which is right here, or come over right here to the switches,
right,
where the switches are going to be on the dash. So this is
real neat, short, and to the point.
Yep, exactly. Short, neat, and to the point. That's what I like.
Looks like you got it pretty much going on there. So
yeah. So once I get this built and then mounted in, and I put connectors on everything, then I'll start
routing the wires.
Routing the wires, and I get all my lengths right, and or at least long enough so that I can take it out, hook everything up, put it back in, and whatever tail I got excess coming out here, then I'll wire up all the connectors together.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, we'll check back with you later.
Okay.
All right, I got the rear wheels polished and back on the truck, and the truck looks pretty good. We're not worried about this center panel here because it's going to come back off when we mount the sleeper, but the rest of that looks pretty good. We're not painting this truck per se, but we're trying to get it looking good to go down the road. And as you can see, this breather and the one on the other side is missing a lot of paint. And then these fenders have had paint pop off of them and got raw metal showing. And I've got some paint, bunch of different colors, and I found a dark brown that won't match anything that's on the truck, but will be complementary to it. So I'm gonna paint the breathers and the fenders, and it's more for or as much for protection as it is for cosmetics. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to clean up the metal and feather edge and prep and whatever I got to do to get the fenders ready to paint while Christopher is over there working on the harness away from the truck, so we won't be in each other's way. And then once I get the fenders prepped, then I'll pull the breathers off and prep them, and then we'll spray them whenever we're not in Christopher's way. So that's what I'm working on today. And like I said, it's to make the truck look good, plus it's to keep any further corrosion. This marker light here, these old 359s had an adapter that made the light sit flat, and the dissimilar metal, that adapter's cast aluminum, and it sat there and held corrosion and made a little bit of pitting there, and there wasn't one on the other side. This bracket is actually broke, so we're gonna clean all this up, probably fill that big hole right there and these little holes, and we might put a small marker right there. I haven't decided yet, but we'll figure it out before we spray anything. But we're definitely going to get rid of all this rust and get it where we can put some decent paint right there on the fenders anyway. So the rest of it we're not worried about, but that's some serious corrosion, big spots of rust that really need to be tended to. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fix those. So that's what we're working on right now. And we'll show you more as we get to doing more. So, but progress is being made, not real quick, but you know, these things take time. So that's what we got going on. Stay tuned. All right, so we've cleaned this area up pretty good. I got to hurry because it's raining, but I've cleaned this area up and got most of the rust off of it. And then the way I follow up with this is I treat this the bare metal areas with this is phosphoric acid, and what it does is it will actually turn. It'll eat the rust out of the pits and turn this to a stable surface. And you can actually rinse this off, and it will form a coating on it that keeps it from rusting back as long as that coating is on there. So we've got this treated, which will keep it from rusting in this little bit of light rain that's coming down. My Grand Prix that's in my garage has been in bare metal for a few years, and I treated it with this phosphoric acid, and if I hadn't, just the condensation buildup in the shop or whatever would have surface rusted the whole car, and because I treated it, it did not. So this is what it is. It's phosphoric acid, and I spray it on there and let it sit for a little while, and then I'll just neutralize it with a little bit of water and dry it off, and it leaves kind of a grayish color to it. And then before I prime it or anything, I'll just run over it with the DA, and then I'll prime it right under it, and it works. It holds up really well. It'll get the rust out, so we won't have an issue with it later. And if you guys were wondering, this is what it looked like initially. It was just pretty rough surface rust. I mean, it's surface. It's none of it's through the surface, but it did leave some pitting. And we will probably have to put just a little bit of filler over it, or I'll see. It might some field primer might fix it to where it doesn't need to be filled any. We'll see. But whatever it needs, we'll do it so we can get this fender prepped and ready to paint. So Christopher has gotten a pretty good way on his wiring today. Let's go see if we see what he's got on the bench there. So he got it started, got everything mounted up on there. Got the mounting holes drilled and got some circuits pre-wired. Getting it done. So we'll keep plugging along and show you as we go. So y'all stay tuned. Next video, he said he'll probably be done with this, so we'll see what happens, and Y'all look forward to it and we'll show it to you. So we got this big marker light hole right here. And what I did is I put a piece of paper behind here and traced out the hole. And then I took a piece of steel. I cut a piece of steel to go in the hole. So I'll get that welded in there, and then we'll have a patch, and then we'll tack these holes up, and either we'll mount a new light there or we'll eliminate the light altogether before we paint the fender. But this is the color that the phosphoric acid turns the fender once you treat it. And because it's deep pitting, we're going to work on this until we can get all the rusts neutralized in it. And then we'll prime it and prep it for paint. So we should never have to worry about it coming back. So I'll show you as we go on with that. But like I said, this is a patch, that I made for the fender. It'll get tacked in there and fill the big hole. So get that all ready, and then we'll pull these breathers off and get them prepped up. But we got a little bit of rain, so we'll probably call it a day. It's about 7:30 anyway, so it's been a day, and we'll get back on it tomorrow.